when you're in tune enough, you will tell when it's time for you to do your shadow work, because you will only be faced with chaos, and that is what embodies the shadow. That is the shadow of you. You need to work with her or him. Good day, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whatever time it is, where you are when you watching this. Thank you for clicking and watching my video. Welcome to my channel. My name is Sister Oz, and I am a student of life and social psychology. I normally talk about social contrast, social norms, but today I am not going to be talking about that. I'm just going to be talking about shadow work. And I'm talking I'm talking about this as a person who practices shadow work. And I just want to say first what the definition of shadow work is the work that you put in to try and balance out yourself or your being. If you are generally a good person, you would look more into the not so good version of yourself. Normally life forces you to do the shadow work because that's where we are. That's what the role of being in this realm is about. It's about working on whatever it is that you need to work on, and that is very subjective. It depends. Everybody has their own journey. So that being said, society has not, like, society and maybe our parents and our leaders, community leaders and religious leaders, whatever, they missed the memo on all of this, because what normally happens is society is not so subjective. It tries to be objective. It tries to sway everybody towards being good in order for us to work in unison as a community, trying to push this life thing, right? Normally, if you're a person who likes to engage in certain things that normal societal standards frowns upon, you will try to, or your mother will try to talk you away from that, and you will also, talk yourself out of that, whatever that is, whatever behavior it is. And I don't want to pick point and want to you isolate certain situations. This is a very broad subject, and it can be applied in different contexts of life, not just spirit. It can be applied on a lot of things, shadow work, because everything is a balance. Everything, like, there's polarity. The laws of the universe apply everywhere, and that's where that's the category. That's where shadow work falls into. For me, I always knew that, although I grew up in a very religious home. I grew up to be religious, and then evolved to spirituality, and now into shadow work, into dark work, and to all these other things that I'm evolving into. And I know it's not the end game unless life decides to take me away. But I continue to evolve. So in an attempt for me to try to do good, there's a part of me that I try to suppress. There's a part of me, I'm a good student. I'm very, what they would say, bright. I perform in school. I would always be in the top positions of the top performing students in classes, and I'm influential. I used to be in the student representative council for a few years in high school. So that is a positive side of me. I'm an achiever. I work hard. I go the extra mile and all these beautiful things. But then there's this side of me that is just wild. She's just there. She's all about that. And I love her. I really love her. I love her as opposed to her. I don't know if it makes sense. But I love her. I love that she's feisty, you know, she wants what she wants when she wants it, and she's herself. I don't know how else to explain it, you know. She's that side of me that allows my other talents to come out, because outside of her I wouldn't know that I'm able to dance. Outside of her I wouldn't know that I'm able to embody marimba, you know. Here as a Bantu person here in Africa, you know, there's a it's a tale of a musical queen goddess, you know, who there's a marimba instrument that is named after her in our culture, you know. And there's a story about her, you know, when she would dance, you know, she would mesmerize men, you know, and we know what that means. You know, so there's a marimba in me. My feet, guys, they say there's a marimba in me, and I believe there's a marimba in me because when I hear music, wherever I am, irrespective of the context, it just does things to me internally, you know. And through her, I was able to realize that talent that I never knew that I had, you know, so that when I'm alone and I'm trying to, you know, connect with myself, the best way that I can connect with myself in my birthday suit alone. Those are my spiritual rituals, you know. And I'll talk about spirituality in another video, you know, because I have a very different take on what spirituality is as opposed to the popular culture. As you will hear me constantly saying popular culture spirituality, because I feel like it's lazy spirituality. It's not the genuine spirituality, but I don't diss it and I acknowledge it because it's serving a cause, serving a purpose, you know. So in me trying to connect with myself through her, you know, the so-called bad side of me, I've gotten to know these certain qualities about myself. And I need now, in order for me to function, I can never function fully as her because I would never accomplish anything, you know. So I function as this one, you know, the good version of myself, and have injections of the other one so that I'm able to be progressive and productive in trying to accomplish what it is that I want to accomplish in this world. So if I want to function as her alone, I won't be able to. I'll be distracted because she's very, you know, she's distracted in her essence, you know. And it's a beautiful thing because chaos creates everything beautiful. But in order to function in a very calm way, I need to also work with her. So that is what, you know, brings everything together, and that is what they term to be shadow work, you know. And it's becoming a catchphrase without actually having a clear meaning and an understanding of what it is. And besides, as opposed to chasing the thing, it's easy sometimes to wait for life to actually bring you your shadow work. And when you're in tune enough, you will tell when it's time for you to do your shadow work, because you will only be faced with chaos, and that is what embodies the shadow. That is the shadow of you. You need to work with her or him in order to get over whatever it is, not fight against and feel guilt of being and tackle it head on, and you will see your shadow through that. So that answers, I think, the question of shadow work, you know, and what shadow work actually is. And there's different ways you can do the work. You can journal, you can do what others do, they pray, you can be with yourself, meditate, talk to yourself, listen to yourself. You can, the beautiful one is journaling, and to your journal you can add audio clips, video clips, and revisit those clips and those writings periodically, like maybe every month. Revisit that, try to sit on it, ask yourself a question, go to sleep on it. And I don't know how it works for men, but for women, being so intuitive, it's so easy for us to listen and hear it internally, you know. So I don't know how it functions for the others. And because you were not here, I don't know how to. Maybe we'll have a conversation with my partner on how men do. Are men intuitive? I don't know. So yeah. So yeah, that is my video on shadow work. Thank you for watching my video, and I appreciate your you watching me and joining me in this. Please let me know what you think. If you have any questions, I can answer them. If I can't, I'll refer you to somebody who I think can be able to support in that regard. Please remember to like my video and dislike if you don't like it, but please remember to let me know why you don't like it. I always love feedback. Feedback is the best. It's the best thing that has ever happened because it helps you grow. I'll see you in the next video.